Let's get it. It's an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas. And as you can see, we're getting rain today. Like my wife would say, you're gonna get rain on your head. No, it's gonna rain on your head. But let's do the same thing here in our secret place today. Let's open up to the Most High and receive His word today into our parched land, into our parched spirit, to our needy spirit. And as I said, it's raining here in Charlotte, which I'm sure you can see. But that's not going to stop anything. We still have to get our workout in. And we still need to spend time in the secret place. And I do hope everyone is well today and that you are able also to get out and enjoy this beautiful day the Most High has made and given us. Rejoicing in it and being glad. Can't forget to say that. But as always, I do have a great thought I wanted to share. And it is, won't He do it? Yeah, but will you be obedient? Won't He do it? Yeah, but will you be obedient? If you hear this thought for today, then you will be forever responsible for this information. And the Most High told me to say that. And this thought comes from what was spoken by Moray Dwayne Harris of Biblical Hebrew Awakening on YouTube. He is the creator of HebrewConnect.com and HebrewConnectTV.com. And those are platforms set up like Facebook and YouTube, but for Hebrews. I have taken a few points, or a few main points from his message on the Shabbat, and have prayerfully came with this idea. Won't He do it? Yeah, but will you? And we all know that Yahushua was obedient to the very end. And I had a question posed to me by a Moray teacher who said that Yahushua just started being obedient once he went to be baptized. And he said he wanted us to sit and think about that for a second, because when the Most High spoke, He said, "This is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased." So did He just start being pleased in Him? No. Yahushua was living the example that we're to live daily those 30 years before He even started His ministry. That's why the Most High said, "This is my beloved Son in whom I'm well pleased." And in another text it says He grew in stature and in favor with the Most High and with man. And this is for a reason. He was walking it out. He was walking out the walk. He was talking the talk during those 30 years. And He said it when He was coming from Jerusalem, if I'm not mistaken. I think they went to Pesach, the Passover, and His parents looked up and saw that He wasn't with them, so they had to turn around and go back to Jerusalem. He was sitting in the temple or the synagogue with the old heads, teaching and talking to them. And they asked Him, where you been? We was looking for you. You supposed to be with us going home. He said, what you looking for me for? I'm at my Father's business. And I said that, and that's way off my topic, but it's right on point. I said that because the Most High was encouraging me that he didn't start his ministry when we see the start of his ministry. He was already walking it out. And part of all of our ministry is studying to show ourselves approved. See, this is what Yahushua was doing in 30 years. He was in that text. He was being obedient to his earthly parents and the elders that the Most High had given him. He was studying, he was praying, talking to the Father, learning the Most High's voice, and walking it out, like I said, daily. See, he is the perfect example of how we should walk this walk. And you hear this saying a lot from the Christian community as far as won't he do it. And I'm not taking away from that thought because yes, he will do it. But the point is, why do we have to make it such an emphasis of won't he do it? And what I mean by that is we're making emphasis on something that he's already done. He's already made a way for us, and he's not going to do anything else. He's already did what he had to do to get us back in line with him. And what he said in the beginning with Adam and Eve continues on, it stands on. He didn't rescind those orders. He said, go out and be fruitful and multiply. Like I said, he didn't rescind those orders. He wants us to continue on in that mission or in them orders. And this is just not talking about babies and populating the earth. It's talking about us recreating ourselves. Just like I heard another teacher say one time, the only requirement to make the kingdom of the Most High is to take someone with you. I said, oh boy, that don't sound biblical. But at the same time, it does. And I sat there and thought about that and posed it to the Most High. He said, I'm making you fishermen of men. What else is that? You know, ain't no need to even think about that. You gotta take somebody with you. If you going fishing, you gotta catch some type of fish to say that you've been fishing. And coming from where I'm from, being a country boy, we went and fished. We ain't come back with just one or two fish. That ain't gonna make the pan worth warming up no grease. You gotta come back with at least a half a bucket or a bucket full. And see, that's how the Most High looks at us. He wants that return on his investment. And another thing about won't he do it, if we would be obedient, we wouldn't even have to say that. We'd just say, thank you, Father. You doing your part and I'm doing my part. See, a lot of times when we say things like that, it's because we done stepped out of line. Oh boy. It's because we done stepped out of line and we're still dibbling and dabbling in those secret sins. And that's one of the points that the Morey brought out on the Shabbat. About dibbling and dabbling in secret sins. And I added that dibbling and dabbling part. That's the old saying over here in the Carolinas. When you're messing around. But yeah, we would just be obedient. We wouldn't be all on social media talking about, won't he do it? We'd be like, the Most High is doing his part and I'm doing mine. Or we should be saying, won't I do it? And that's what the Most High is saying in his heart. Won't you do it? Won't you do what I asked you to do? And that's going to take me right on into my script for today. Which when I looked up and saw this as my script yesterday on one of my favorite apps, I said this is right in line with my lesson. This is confirmation, or my lesson he gave to me, my thought for today. And it's Psalms 119 and 7. As I learn your righteous regulations, I will thank you by living as I should. Oh Boy, what a mouthful. As I learn your righteous regulations, I would thank you by living as I should. And see, I'm sure Yahushua grew up with this in mind. See, he had to learn righteous regulations also. He had to learn right from wrong just like any other child. And he had to grow up in stature and in favor with the Most High man. See, it won't just automatic. He just didn't come and start living out the golden child persona, I guess you would say. No, he had to learn how to be a king. He had to be taught how to be the king. And see, we're the same. We have to be taught how to be the king. Or kings and queens with little K's and little Q's under the Most High. And under Yahushua, our master and king. And I know I'm not going to get through all of these thoughts for the week, for today. And what I pretty much believe is the Most High is starting to give me these ideas on the weekend and have me speak on it all week. Well, that's what he did last week, and I know that's what we're going to do this week. And I'm going to pretty much hold where I'm at for today, but I'm going to give the topic that he gave me. And the first one is we have help, or we have the help. And the second idea is just be obedient, man. And that's a saying from Moray Dwayne Harris. He says that all the time. Listen, man, just be obedient. And the third idea is, this is not Burger King. You can't have it your way. You know the saying, have it your way. And number 4, what we were just talking about is cut off the secret sin. Cut off the secret sin. And number 5 is the answer. The answer. But today's idea was, won't he do it? Yeah. But will you be obedient? I think what we're going to do today, since it's supposed to be raining here in Charlotte most of the day, is work on our squat today. Since we won't be getting a ride in this type weather, I think we'll work on getting maybe 200 squats in. Most High is willing and leading. But let's get it.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you, shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the corner, that's my plight. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
No time to play games, no Nintendo. I keep it real in the truth, no pretendo. You get the real thing, ain't no demo. We setting up shop in the ghetto. Pull a bruise out the slums. Here we go. This that straight talk, no echo. We do law, statute, commandments. Hello. Got me strumming like a banjo. Got me sitting, I was once sitting low. Had to repent for them sins I once sold. Now cry a lot of spare, now I let it show. The rule I hit you, how you like, whoa. All in these scripts, so these verses I throw, it's straight narrow, and they ain't letting go. By my father biz, man, it's something you need to know. On with the word and my ammo, jumping, stumbling blocks, ain't stubbing my toe.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you, shine my light. Soul searching through the scriptures, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the country, that's my plan. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
Trusting in the Father, everything I do. Been washed clean, I gotta stay true. Woolly hair rockin', I'm a Hebrew. Quorum Yasharah, yeah, that's my crew. Elevated couple levels, spiritually I done grew. Had to lead the world, I guess I'm acting brand new. Prayer line to the heaven, know your hood, get me through. Faith in the Mashiach, another breakthrough. True Umunah, man, ain't no miscue. Sold out to the Abba, to my people, Yahoo. Bible study poppin', all these scriptures run through. Psalms 19 and 9, the word and the truth. It's about salvation, the Father got our back. No matter what we facing, they can quit tracing. Ain't no replacing. Go and find your hood, and it's so amazing. Fruits of the Spirit I'm embracing. All esteem to the Most I'm praising. Kahalal, my arms raising.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the country, that's my plan. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right. We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the country, that's my plan. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
No time to play games, no Nintendo. I keep it real in the truth, no pretendo. You get the real thing, ain't no demo. We setting up shop in the ghetto. Pull a bruise out the slums. Here we go. This that straight talk, no echo. We do laws, statute commandments. Hello. Got me strumming like a banjo. Got me sitting, I was once sitting low. Had to repent for them sins I once sold. Now cry a lot of spare, now I let it show. The rule I hit you, how you like, whoa. All in these scripts, so these verses I throw, it's straight narrow, and they ain't letting go. By my Father biz, man, it's something you need to know. On with the word and my ammo, jumping, stumbling blocks, ain't stubbing my toe.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the country, that's my plan. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
Trusting in the Father, everything I do. Been washed clean, I gotta stay true. Woolly hair rockin', I'm a Hebrew. Quorum Yasharah, yeah, that's my crew. Elevated couple levels, spiritually I done grew. Had to lead the world, I guess I'm acting brand new. Prayer line to the heaven, know your hood, get me through. Faith in the Mashiach, another breakthrough. True Umunah, man, ain't no miscue. Sold out to the Abba, to my people, Yahoo. Bible study poppin', all these scriptures run through. Psalms 19 and 9, the word and the truth. It's about salvation, the Father got our back. No matter what we facing, they can quit tracing. Ain't no replacing. Go and find your hood, and it's so amazing. Fruits of the Spirit I'm embracing. All esteem to the Most I'm praising. Kahalal, my arms raising.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the country, that's my plan. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
And the Most High just reminded me of the text. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And we all know the story behind that text. It was our old forefather Saul, our first king. Well, second king, because the Most High is the king. That was his problem. He thought he was king. Unlike David, he knew he was a little king. But yeah, he listened to the people. And see, that's a lot of our problems. We listen to the folk. Them folk, us folk. It don't matter. We listen to other people as opposed to the Most High. And like I said, instead of saying, won't he do it, we should say, I did it. I've been obedient, so I don't have to go through the sacrifice. And then when I go through the sacrifice, I end up coming back saying, won't he do it? And I really want to tiptoe into our thought for tomorrow, which is, we got the help. I'm going to try to hold off from that though, because that's going to be its own thought for tomorrow, and we don't want to take too much time on today. Uh-oh. That tree got a little too much water. It just broke its branch. Well, its branch just broke. And that's gonna do it. That's my idea for today. Maybe I'm talking too much.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the country, that's my plight. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
No time to play games, no Nintendo. I keep it real in the truth, no pretend. You get the real thing, ain't no demo. We setting up shop in the ghetto. Pull a bruise out the slums. Here we go. This is straight talk, no echo. We do law, statute, commandments. Hello. Got me strumming like a banjo. Got me sitting, I was once sitting low. Had to repent for them sins I once sold. Now cry loud and spare, now I let it show. The rule I hit you, how you like, whoa. All in these strips, so these verses I throw, it's straight narrow, and they ain't letting go. By my father biz, man, it's something you need to know. On with the word at my ammo, jumping, stumbling blocks, ain't stubbing my toe.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the country, that's my plight. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
Trusting in the Father, everything I do. Been washed clean, I gotta stay true. Woolly hair rockin', I'm a Hebrew. Quorum Yasharah, yeah, that's my crew. Elevated couple levels, spiritually I done grew. Had to lead the world, I guess I'm acting brand new. Prayer line to the heaven, know your hood, get me through. Faith in the Mashiach, another breakthrough. True Umunah, man, ain't no misju. Sold out to the Abba, to my people, Yahoo. Bible study poppin', all these scriptures run through. Psalms 19 and 9, the word and the truth. It's about salvation, the Father got our back, no matter what we facing. They can quit tracing, ain't no replacing. Go and find your hood, and it's so amazing. Fruits of the Spirit, I'm embracing. All esteem to the most I'm praising. Ka halal, my arms raising.
We praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the clinic, that's my plan. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right. Praying and we praying, trying to get right. All esteem to you who shine my light. Soul searching through the scripture, find my birthright. Vengeance is the Father, ain't gotta fight. Return to the clinic, that's my plan. World full of darkness, I'ma glow light. 11:59, time to catch flight. We praying and we praying, trying to get right.
Yes, indeed. However, I do think I'm gonna hush for today and say, as we like to say around this time, stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. And be obedient, man.